Salutations Futboleros, back again for another Champions League match review coming your way today, and feeling a little bit upset, feeling a little bit pissed. The reason being Barcelona drew level with Napoli with the equalizer from Victor Osimhen, who breaks the party of Barcelona. And of course, Arsenal bottled once again against FC Porto from the goal from Galeno on the dying embers of the game. Let's not get this out of this proportion. So with that being said, let's do this. Come on. First, we go to Porto versus Arsenal, and I have to say Arsenal have completely bottled the game in the first leg of the Champions League from a very difficult and very struggling Porto side who are in a third place position in the Liga Portugal, which I can honestly say this was a terrible show of performance from Arsenal, but a great one for Porto as well. Not only that Arsenal has the better possession, but the shot on target was so bad that Porto were only got themselves with a much better shot on target than Arsenal does, which it begs to differ that why Arteta is doing such horrendous performance and tactics and strategy with this squad. After that 5-0 win against Burnley and that 6-0 massacre against West Ham, they have 5 wins in a row in their belt. But it kind of ended here in the game against Porto at the Dragão. And Porto, for me, in my opinion, they were the better team, and Arsenal were just feeling exhausted from this game. Coming out of this game for Arsenal, I even thought to myself that they were going to beat the hell out of Porto, but it was an opposite. Porto were pretty much in their possession, beating out Arsenal through their game mentally and emotionally and physically as well, because Porto did whatever they can to waste time and possess the ball even further from the first half. And on the second half, Arsenal were struggling to find the net. They were lacking focus on shooting to the net on target, and it's all off for Arsenal for shooting in the goal. And what else can I say? This is pretty much the worst performance I have ever seen from Arsenal and from Arteta's men. This really begs to differ how they're going to respond in the second leg, because on the 90+4 minute, Porto's Galeno scored a goal with the assist of Otavio with a brilliant assist from him. Galeno produces a screamer at 35 yards and bends a delightful pass from a sprawling defender of Arsenal outside of the box, and given a 1-0 win for Porto, and Arsenal are really in a right now. If I can honestly say about Arsenal's performance in the Champions League, is because they've really have shown themselves that they completely bottled their chances to get through to the first leg. I don't know how will they going to respond in the second leg at the Emirates, because this really begs to question when will the real Arsenal going to show up. I know for a fact that they were performing absolutely well in the Premier League. They can do that. They've beaten all odds and all comers, especially Liverpool when they beat them 3-1. And there's no question about it. I would love to see the potential of beating Porto just like that, what they did to Liverpool, when they did to West Ham, and when they did to Burnley. They were completely on fire. But the fire have already stoked out by Porto, and they've extinguished it. The morale of Arsenal is low. From what I can tell, they were completely groggy in this game, in this possession. Porto, they were completely taking full control throughout the 90th minute from their defense, from their strategies, their offense. It's all on par for them, and I have to say they were doing absolutely well than what Arsenal could have done. But it's just a 1-0 win. I cannot fault onto that one. I cannot complain how this one will going to progress through, and the second leg will be the decider for Arsenal, whether they could show their true potential or maybe just bottle it right away and throw all their opportunities out of the Champions League through the window. Overall, a very disappointing matchup for Arsenal, but a very wonderful game that Porto have delivered. It's a good result nonetheless. On to the next one. Finally, I will going to discuss what is going on with this team. It's Napoli versus Barcelona. We had so many affairs, we had so many encounters with the Neapolitan side. Many of them were pretty much the best ones that I can remember, especially with Messi scoring the second leg, and of course when we were in the Europa League, hammering Napoli down by the throat. But now, it's pretty much deja vu like last time in 2020, where it was the first leg, it was the same outcome, it was the same result. 1-1 was the scoreline. And of course, Napoli have already just sacked their manager and appointed a new one, so this could be vital for Barcelona and Xavi's meant to deliver a killer blow for Napoli, even though they are in a difficult position in the Serie A as well. Same goes to Barcelona in La Liga. They sort of did respond in a very absolute disgraceful way for Barcelona. Napoli delivered an equalizer nonetheless. Right from the word go, Barcelona were going at the charge. They have more shots on target than Napoli. Well, it's the only thing that Arsenal should learn from Barcelona, to have more shots on target. They were on par. Nonetheless, I can totally give credit for Barcelona to get onto that one. And the possession is pretty much even for both Barcelona and Napoli. I can already tell it's level playing field for both sides, and it's a very difficult one to say this one. I know Barcelona are very in a precarious position from the get-go in this Champions League last 16. First half, it didn't change much. They were going back and forth from both fouls. Napoli were so aggressive with their fouls, and so was their defense, which was pretty tough for Barcelona to penetrate their defenses, and Barcelona were playing very, very slow. As always, it's always a slow possession play for Barcelona. Can we just go a little bit faster, Xavi? I know you're going to leave by the end of the season, but come on. This is the worst outing I have ever seen in my entire life. But first half, it didn't change much, but second half, we show what Barcelona can do. Of course, on the 60th minute, Robert Lewandowski come in with the assist from Pedri. Pedri collects the ball at the edge of the Napoli box and slide past Lewandowski, and Lewandowski drills a very low shot with his right foot to the bottom corner of the net. It was 1-0. Party time for Barcelona, am I right? Well, no. The party just crashed until Victor Osimhen scored on the 75th minute from the assist of Anguissa. Has the possession outside of the box in a center position and drives a low pass to Victor, and Osimhen rolls past to Inigo before finishing to the bottom left corner, sending Ter Stegen in the wrong way. Sweet baby ink. What the fuck is going on with this squad? It's atrocious, if I do say so myself. This Barcelona squad really pisses me off more than what is happening going on in my life. I have to give credit for Napoli for performing absolutely well with their new manager. I should know Barcelona couldn't have done it. They couldn't have just sacked Xavi right away. And Napoli, despite having managers sacking left, right, and center from Spalletti and I don't know what other name from Napoli who just signed, I don't give a about Napoli. I just gonna have to give a little respect for equalizing this goal. And nonetheless, they were pretty much in the second half, they were the better team. It was Barcelona who propelled in the 60th minute, but it ended abruptly on the 75th from Osimhen's equalizer. It completely gone stunned and silent for Barcelona fans at the away end, and I'm really pissed off right now how this team are still in the Champions League. We would have gone to the Europa League nonetheless if we were performing very badly in the group stage, and I can only wish that Barcelona would be okay if they were in the Europa League, because we're just as possible than any other team that I could already imagine who are in the Europa League. I think Milan were gonna do well against Stade Rennes, which I wish I'll try to cover the Europa League, but I'm heavily focused on the Champions League. But I digress. This performance of Barcelona really ticked me off in the wrong way. And I have to say Napoli were pretty much the better team in my opinion than Barcelona, because I know they have the possession. I know Lamine Yamal have made so many costly mistakes throughout this 90 minutes from the game. He tried to find the target on the net, but yeah, at least he's still young, while Gundogan is being so selfish in taking the goals rather than all about the team. I mean, uh, I cannot say anything good about this squad. Um, for Lewandowski though, he did deliver the goal. I know he did deliver one last week with against Celta with 2 goals, which yeah, I know he did very well in that game against Vigo, but this one it really put me in the wrong way for Lewandowski against Napoli. Overall, it was Napoli's night. For Barcelona, they'll have to try and lick their wounds in the second leg at home, and this will be tough. If Barcelona doesn't respond at the second leg at the Montjuic, for sure Xavi will just going to show his way out on the door, and I have no sympathy whatsoever for Xavi and all the players who are responsible for this lackluster performance. After that Vigo game, I thought I might gonna get myself cheered up for some reason, but now I've changed my mind. I really went out of the wrong way. So yeah, it's a very poor result as always for Barcelona. So there's nothing much to say about this one. Right, there you have it. That is all the match review that I covered up for the Champions League today. Hopefully in the second leg in March we're gonna be a little bit different for this one. So yeah. In any case, if you do find this video rather enjoyable, if you think I'm very pissed off, so please do let me know. Also, give a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to get notified for all videos I'll be uploading every single week. And yeah, I'm gonna talk to you soon for all the videos I'll be uploading very soon. Up until then, bye.